Hello, and welcome to this review of the Marrying and Mabry historical romance book series by Lexi Post. I'm Olivia, your favorite resource for book recommendations you can easily screenshot. You're watching Random Olive Reads. First up is Stealing the Duke. Loosely modeled after the March family of Little Women by Louisa May Alcott, we start the series with Joanna, who is in the process of stealing a book from an arrogant and pretentious duke. Unfortunately, that book has a false cover, and she doesn't realize that she has stolen a book of scandalous illustrations and tutorials. When James finds out that his book has gone missing, he suspects Joanna of the crime. These two banter and debate and talk around the stolen book, but Joanna thinks that he suspects her of stealing it. There's lots of discussion of the roles of women and what constitutes a good match in society, and Joanna enlightening James on the intellect and goals of women. Add in James's dislike for society, the perfect lady he's half-heartedly courting, his all-too-knowing aunt, plus a cousin making her debut, and we've got a lot of moving pieces in the story. The flirtatious banter was great, even when both characters don't even realize that they're flirting with each other or genuinely enjoying each other's company. Painting the Earl is book 2 of the series. Amelia is the youngest Mabry sister who is focusing on her painting and aims to paint a masterpiece before settling into marriage. When a handsome Earl proposes to her unexpectedly, she offers him a counter proposal: serve as her nude model before they marry. Andrew is in dire financial circumstances due to the debts his father left behind, and he needs to marry for money quickly. But he is intrigued by Amelia's proposition and agrees to it. As they spend more time together, he quickly falls in love with her and hopes that she will someday see him as a desirable husband rather than just a handsome subject of art. We get to interact a bit more with Amelia's sisters, and there's definitely a strong setup for Sister Mariel's future book. This one here was relatively low angst and easy to read. Revealing the Viscount is book 3 of the series. Mariel is the eldest Mabry sister whose beloved fiancé had died in the war. She married a much older man to restore her family's finances and is now a widow. She has just learned that her once fiancé is not dead after all and is forced out of hiding to become a Viscount after his brother's death. Marcus has indeed been hiding from Mariel. At first, he believed she betrayed him by getting married so soon after his supposed death, and then because he believed himself incapable of siring children after witnessing atrocities during the war. When Mariel comes to confront Marcus over his deception, they both observe that the other person is a little bit changed from the person they knew all those years ago. They ultimately agree to a fake betrothal to preserve Mariel's reputation and also to keep all of the debutantes away from vying for Marcus's hand. As these two spend more time together, it's clear they're both still in love, but they're very damaged from their separate experiences. They need to talk through their issues and attempt to overcome them before being able to be together. Overall, this was a fun series to read. It was interesting to see how the sisters interact with each other. The events take place chronologically. I do recommend reading the series in order because that stolen book from the first book with the scandalous drawings comes into play throughout the series. I'm not actually sure if the series is complete yet, but I ran out of Mabry sisters, so seems like it could be a good place to stop here for the series. Either way, still a really interesting read. Thanks so much for watching this video. Links to these books are in the description box. Like and subscribe to get updates, and you can follow me on Instagram at randomolive.